What's up, guys? It's me again, Christian Rodriguez, and today um, I wanted to talk about the fact that you're probably going to fail, and you're going to make many mistakes. And the point of this video is that I'm just going to tell you that you have to learn how to be okay with it. And the thing is, we grow up, we go to school, we take these tests that most likely don't mean anything, and school punishes you for failing at something, for not being good at something. Like, school really punishes you for it. I'm gonna be honest. I was not an A student. I was not a B student. I was a C and D student. I was not a great student in school. I would do the bare minimum to pass, and then that's it. I hated school. So I guess for some of you guys that might resonate with you. But regardless of if it resonates with you or not, but I would say that failure is not the worst thing on the planet. All right, mistakes is part of the game. You're gonna make a million mistakes. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up your sales pitch. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna feel awkward networking with people. You're gonna feel awkward meeting new people. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna make social mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes learning new things. It's just part of it. It's just part of the process, and that's just what happens. That's how we learn best, honestly. And so, something that really resonated with me. In the past, I read The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend you get a copy of it and just read it. The audiobook's really good. I've listened to the audiobook several times, along with his book Unscripted. But I recommend you check out The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. But that book really resonated with me when he talked about a baseball analogy. So since I grew up a huge Mets fan from New York, I really love the analogy that he used with baseball. He says the game of baseball is a game of failure. Even the best players fail most of the time. So if you look at a good baseball player, right? They hit 300, that's some of the better hitters in the league. Some of the better hitters in the Major League Baseball hit 300. Do you know what 300 means? That means 30%. So they're hitting 30%. So it basically says that they're failing 70% of the time. Just think about that. They're failing 70% of the time. So they get on plate, and most of the time they're striking out. Maybe they're grounding out, or they're doing nothing that game. They're not getting hits. That's 70% of the time. And think of that. But they're still considered some of the best players, some of the best hitters in baseball. Why? Because even if they're failing 70% of the time, they're still having results with that 30% that they're using, right? Even a career hitter, right? Even like some of the worst hitters hit 100, which is 10% of the time. You just need one home run. You just need one home run to reach your goals or to have momentum, right? Obviously, this is not about the game of baseball. This is just an analogy. But you just need one home run, right, to get you going, maybe that one home run gets you your first customer for your business. Maybe that one home run gets you scaling up. Maybe that one home run is what gets you to keep going to the gym. Maybe that one home run is what gets you to date more attractive women, whatever it is. I think you guys get the point. But listen, I'm learning N8N right now. I was literally just sitting down at my desk. I had a bug. I was facing a bug. I was getting frustrated. I was supposed to be working on it like right now, this second, but I was getting frustrated. I didn't know. I wasn't figuring it out. I didn't know what I was doing at the moment. I was just like, how the hell do I figure this out? And I was actually getting agitated. So I was just like, I'm going to step away from it. But I also thought this would be a good topic to talk about, because I'm literally facing failure every day. every single day. Every day. I like most mornings, as of lately, I haven't been waking up early. I would sleep in. And I still end up doing work, but I've been starting a little later. I've been starting later, and it's because I just don't want to wake up. I'm dreading waking up. But that's part of it. Even though if I'm screwing up, I'm not waking up the time that I originally planned to wake up. I'm still making myself get up. So it's just failure. Even with fitness, right? I wasn't the most in shape guy in the past. People in my adult life, in my 20s, most of my 20s probably assumed that I've always been jacked. I was not always jacked. I would say in high school, middle school, I was one of the weakest kids. I was one of the weakest kids in class. I was targeted for bullying. Yeah. So I was not in shape. I used to play football. I was like the worst kid on the team when I was like in middle school. So it's not like I was anything. I was born in shape and had these insane genetics. Completely opposite. I did not come from athletes. I did not come from people who encourage sports. I just started really training a lot, and I took it very seriously, and I got addicted to it almost. Actually, that might be a good topic for another video. But yeah. Even with fitness, I failed like a million times. I failed so many times. There are times that I wanted to get a PR bench and I failed. I didn't reach my PR. Or there were times that I half-assed my workout because I just was not feeling it, or I just couldn't take it anymore. There were so many days that I felt like I was screwing up or I wasn't doing things correctly, but I just kept going through it. And I think that's how you deal with failure. So I would say fitness is definitely like the strongest pillar in my life right now is fitness, and then everything else I'm working towards. But yeah, even fitness, any aspect of life, failure is going to happen. And failure reminds you of how badly you want something. So if you want anything that you want in life, you're going to have to put like a decent amount of time into it. You're going to have to invest time, energy into it, right? And when you're fairly new at something, you're not too good at it. So most likely you're going to fail at it. You're not going to do too well at it. It's in some form you're going to struggle with it. And the point is, if you want something badly enough, you're going to be willing, you're going to want to go through the pain. You're going to be willing to go through the pain. You're going to be waking up at early in the morning going through the pain. You're gonna maybe I guess I haven't been waking up, so I'm contradicting myself there. But you're gonna want to wake up and go through that pain. You're gonna find a way to do it. If you're working, if you have a job, you're gonna find a way to do it after work when you're tired. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You're gonna maybe you'll drink a coffee or take a Celsius or a Red Bull, which I'm not a big fan of. But you might take a Red Bull after work and spend 2 hours working on your side business. And that's the thing. So I don't think failure is exactly a bad thing. Like how everyone says it's terrible. I don't think it's the worst thing on the planet. Does it feel good? Hell no, it doesn't. It's pretty frustrating at first. But yeah, just remember that even if you fail 70 to 90% of the time, you still have a chance to hit it big. You still have a chance to reach it. You have to get more reps out. You have to get more swings at the plate. Right? And eventually you're going to get a compounding effect from it. But just to be honest, just take failure, just take it on the chin. You have to just take it on the chin, learn from it, figure out how to fix your mistakes, and then just keep going from there. Right? And I wanted to use this example. So I haven't been training as of lately, plus I grew to love Muay Thai a lot more. But with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I started I was 24. It was 2021 I started. Yeah, in 2021 I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I did not know anything about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was a complete beginner. I was already in good shape, but I was not. I didn't know anything about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu combat grappling, and I started doing it, and I was the worst guy in the class. I was terrible at it. I was not good at it. I used to try to squeeze people, and obviously, and for guys who know Jiu-Jitsu, you know that there's technique behind it. You don't want to waste all your energy. I used to waste all my energy in like the first few minutes, and then get submitted constantly. Sometimes the really good guys would submit me anyway because they were just so skilled. But I would lose. I would spend months. I would wake up at 5 a.m. to make it to a 6:30 a.m. jiu-jitsu class. And then I would shower at the gym and then go to work every day. But it got to the point that I was losing like every single morning. I was losing every morning. But then I was getting a little bit better each day. A little bit better. Little by little. And then it got to the point that I started submitting people. I started doing better than like the upcoming new guys. Even men who were stronger than me, I was submitting them. Or I was becoming very competitive roles. And that doesn't just happen because you all of a sudden were born genetically gifted. No, it happened because you focused on building that skill. And the only way you build that skill is by going through failure, by going through the shits, by going through the shit of struggling. And yeah, that's really it. That's pretty much it, boys. And yeah, you're going to fail a ton of times. Be okay with it and just keep pushing, to be honest. But yeah, that's really it so far. Thank you guys so much, and feel free to leave a comment below and shoot a follow. Take care.